Hello everyone, I just wanted to do a little video, a little update on about my prop firm challenge that I'm currently undertaking. I just wanted to discuss the trades that I have open and how things have gone for this week. Now it is Friday, but the markets are not yet closed. But although these results can change and the weekend hasn't, the week's trading hasn't ended, I'm still just gonna box this video off now. Um, yeah. So anyway. As it stands, I'm a swing trader and I currently have 5 trades open at the moment. So, as a swing trader, I'm pretty certain that 5 trades is overtrading. I did actually have 6 trades open, but I stopped out at one this morning. The trade that I stopped out this morning was an awful. I overdid it. I jumped on a trade yesterday. I FOMO'd in. Um, I, I was waiting. I was waiting for the price to hit my zone, and it started to pull away the price. So I panicked. I took out the trade, and before you know it, I've been stopped out. I'm just gonna show that one just quickly. So that was a USD CHF long. As you can see, I've lost $990 with that just there. But yeah, so this is where I've been stopped out, unfortunately. So I'd actually longed it. And this morning, look at the price has actually bounced back now. Nice little hammer candle to finish the week, which is a bullish candle. Yeah, so I'm I actually like the look of that and feel like jumping on that right now. But like I've already said, I currently have 5 trades open. So, but looking at this, it's looking positive for a bounce upwards. First off, I forgot to mention, this is not financial advice, by the way. Definitely do not do what I say. I'm not a profitable trader at the moment. But yeah, anyway, I stopped out of this trade, USD CHF, and it's looking really good to me at the moment. So let me just go through what I currently have open. I have 2 stock trades open, which are Meta and AT&T. Now I've had them open all week. AT&T I actually opened on the 5th, so it's been open 9 days, and Meta I actually opened that 3 days ago. So let's just look at the AT&T one to begin with. Now let's look at the weekly chart. Now when trading stocks, I like to trade off the weekly chart and not so much the daily, just for the simple fact that look at all these gaps on the daily chart. Gaps up, gaps down. So you know how it is. The price can actually just, on opening, as the stock exchange opens, you can just get absolutely pulverized. So I do like to trade off the weekly when I can. Yeah, so it just protects me a little bit more. So let's look at the weekly chart. So yeah, it's looking quite good for the AT&T at the moment. As you can see here, we got a nice zone. Actually traded off this zone. Was hoping for a bounce upwards, and I did get it. It's quite nice. It's sort of run out of steam a little bit today. A little bit of a pullback, but still I'm still hopeful of that for the coming for next week's trading. The green line here is where me stop loss is. So yeah, that trade is looking quite well. It's my best performing trade at the moment. Let's look at the other stock trade, the Meta. Now, this was a little bit more tricky when I got onto this, just for the simple fact. Let me just get this. When I was plotting out my entry into this trade, I had my eye on 2 zones. I've got this one that's actually marked out, and also this one here. So my tactics with this one was, I just allowed the bearish candle to enter this zone, and I was just waiting for a confirmation candle to actually long it. And my plan was, if it keeps just on coming down with the price, hopefully it could just hit this zone, and then I'll wait for a confirmation candle to get stuck in from this zone. So anyway, we cleared this zone, sailed right through it, and then once we entered this zone, that is when I got involved. Let's have a look at the daily chart here. Right, I'm going to show you exactly where I made my move. So when the price entered into the zone that we had marked out, the second zone, we got this lovely hammer candle, a nice bullish hammer candle. So what I did was I just set my buy stop just here at the top of the candle, and there's my stop loss just here. Now as you can see today, we were so close to stopping out, but the price did actually, it's made a bit of a recovery since, so fingers crossed that'll continue to rise upwards. Now if you look at that one, I'm actually minus $500-$600 on Meta, but I come so close to stopping out earlier today. Another trade I've opened at the moment is my sugar. Now this has been open since the 27th of October, so this is weeks ago now. I've been down pretty much from the word go. I was way down with the sugar, but the price has recovered the last 2 or 3 days, especially today. There's been a nice big run up. This orange line here is my stop loss. So as you can see, we were really close, teetering on the edge for a few days. I was convinced that the trade was going to stop out, but we have actually had a nice little recovery here. But one thing I want to discuss when it comes to the sugar trade is seasonality. So this chart, this is the price action obviously at the top, and this is the bottom is the seasonality chart. So what this chart represents is how sugar has performed over the last 10 years. So going on the last 10 years worth of data, this is suggesting that on Wednesday the 19th of November will be the beginning of a sharp downturn, which will bottom out apparently so around the 22nd of December. So as you can see, we're only 2 or 3 trading days away from that Wednesday the 19th of November. So I am actually now considering early next week sometime I might actually close the trade early, just for the simple fact of what the seasonality tool is suggesting. Now one other thing I'm actually thinking about I could possibly do is I might trail my stop on, say, the 4 hour. One thing I could do is I could actually move my stop here to break even. Yeah, so then it's just like a free rolling trade. Or I could actually not move me stop to break even, but I could actually say that the nice zone here. What I could do, I could actually mark up my zone and just go 33%. I'd probably put my my new stop loss under this zone, maybe around here. So it's not quite a break even, but I'd be free rolling. Now if the seasonality tool's wrong and it just keeps running up, then I'm still in the trade. If it just closed the trade early for a small profit is one option, but then I could see it run, or I could just move it to break even or slightly under break even and gamble. I think I'll probably gamble. Yeah, so that's my position with sugar. Quite happy that it's made a bounce back. What else do I have open? Now I have a Euro USD trade. I opened this actually just yesterday. Let me tell you why I took that trade. Now this is the Swiss franc futures chart. Now when planning out my currency forex trades, I'm always doing my initial analysis on the futures chart always. So what I will do is I will check over the Swiss franc chart plus the American dollar chart, and then if I like what I see on both of them charts, then I will switch over to the USD CHF forex and go from there. But let me just get back to the Swiss franc. So as you can see, I marked out this lovely zone here. You know, we got a nice explosive candle here, but this is an amazing reaction here. Look at this, massive and sharp reaction to the downside. So this is what attracted me to this zone. And what made this a little bit tricky is we had this wick right up here, which if I would have expanded, if I would have included that in my zone, it would just be absolutely ginormous. One thing I could have done, if it had been a little bit more patient with my entry, I could have actually possibly done that. But yeah, I didn't. So my zone is covered to about here. This is how I've traded it. I think it was that. So I liked what I saw on the Swiss franc chart, and then if you switch over to the dollar, this is a zone that I'd marked out. Now I was waiting for the pullback into this zone, and then I was actually going along the USD franc. We didn't quite make it into the zone, but I thought, you know what, I'm willing to just jump in a little early. So we almost touched the zone. There's not much in it. We were deep into the zone when it comes to the franc. So if we just switch over, this is the zones I actually marked out on the forex chart. So we had the initial zone here. Absolutely unreal. Look at that. We've come into this initial zone, blasted through it, and then we come deep into the the bottom zone. So yeah, so I'm in that trade at the moment. So with this one, I'm up currently $770. Yeah, so that's going okay. Let me just have a look, give you my thoughts on what I think was going to happen. Now if you look at the Swiss franc, we got the higher, we have a lower high. Now I did expect us to just touch this zone and come back down to make a lower high. Now it's looking like it's going to end the week with that being the case. This is a lovely bearish candle. This looks like it's going to come down. So yeah, that's looking on the daily chart at least like a downtrend. Now I would class a downtrend. It was when you have 3 high lows or 3 lower highs. This is the third one that we have right here. So yeah, that's looking quite good. I'm quite happy with how this trade is looking at the moment. Be quick look at the dollar again. We've got these pivots, so we got a higher low. It looks like the week's gonna if we get the reaction that we want here, it looks like we're gonna get it, and we've got another higher low. So it's looking all good when it comes to my USD trade. Now, one thing I couldn't help myself taking on earlier on a few hours ago was the Bitcoin long. Now Bitcoin's been getting absolutely hammered recently, and it's looking a little bit bearish. I think the crypto bros are not too happy at the moment. I'd say mood's down. It's all doom and gloom in a lot of people's eyes, and they think that it's just going to continue coming downwards. Now, let me just show you what I have done. Like, this is the zone I had my eye on the weekly chart. So yeah, let's have a look. So I've just been waiting for the price to pull back there. I've got to be honest, I didn't think we would quite make it. Now, the top of my zone was 97,700. And we've come straight into it. It looks like it's bottom. Got down to 94,500 a little earlier. So I'm just hoping for it to bounce upwards from here. Let's have a look on the weekly chart. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, we just looked on a weekly chart, sorry. Let's have a look at this. This is what I like here. This is what attracted me to this zone, like big and explosive candle. So yeah, let's hope we get some of that reaction. Here it is on the daily chart. So here's my zone. We got this lovely explosive candle. So yeah, I really like that zone. I really like the trade. Let's have a look at the fundamentals. It was undervalued, which is what we like to see when we went along something. Let's see. Oh, that's sugar. As you can see, we took the green line here for the short term, so that's undervalued. And we're pretty much almost undervalued on the long term valuation tool also. So yeah, looking all good from a valuation standpoint. Now when it comes to seasonality, what's the date today? We're at the 14th, so the 14th is here. That's the 16th. So yeah, according to the seasonality going on 10 years worth of data, this is predicting a little bit of a downturn now up until around the 18th of December, and then to expect a move upwards. Now I'm just going to ignore this tool. It's out of the three tools that I use, although I don't use the COT data for things like Bitcoin and stocks, but out of the three tools that I do use from the fundamental tools, the seasonality is the one I give the less weight to. So it's just a nice little extra confirmation. If you've got your eye in a trade and you're getting the thumbs up from the COT data, the valuation tool, it's always nice to get a little bit extra confirmation when it comes to the seasonality. So yeah, with the Bitcoin trade, it wouldn't let me put on the full amount. I tried to put $1,000 down on that, but it wouldn't let me. So I think it's roughly around $300-400. So it's a pretty small trade at the moment. And let me just run through how much I have down on each trade. I think I have $2,000 down on the Euro USD. I've got $1,000 on the meter at risk. Sugar, I think it capped me out around $700-800. And AT&T's got $2,000. So yeah, these are my trades at the moment. I'm most certainly overtrading. Now I'd love to hear other people's opinion on that. But I did stop out for $1,000 earlier on today. But these currently, the five I currently have open, or I'm hovering around the 2,000 floating profit mark. Now, my floating equity, if I was to shut all these trades down right now, is $103,600. So I'm still quite a way away from getting my 15% to pass to become funded on FTMO. But you know, it's a good start. I'd much rather be around 3,000 in the green than, you know, starting the challenge off on a little downturn. So right now I'm quite happy, although I did spunk away that $1,000 this morning on that trade that I FOMO'd into, but hopefully I'm just going to learn my lesson with that and I won't do that again. So yeah, that's it from me now. That's me and my trades this week. So if anybody does actually catch this, thanks for watching and have a nice weekend. Take it easy. Bye.